All right. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of BlockFi Live. Today, we have an awesome group of folks, and we're going to be discussing the blockchain and cryptocurrency market in China. As you know, cryptocurrency is a global industry, and BlockFi recently expanded into the APAC region. And we have some of the leaders in the space in China here to talk about some of the trends in that market, some of the key themes that are coming up in that market. And we're really excited to be speaking with all of you today. Thank you so much for joining us for the panel. So let's start off with introductions. If everybody could say hi, tell us a little bit about your background and the company that you're with. And I'll start in my upper left with Gulu, who's the founder of MyKey, and he also translated the original white paper into Mandarin. Gulu.
Hey, I'm Gulu. So a brief introduction of myself. I started as a personal Bitcoin miner in 2011 and translated the Ethereum white paper into Chinese in 2014, and has been an active crypto investor in different projects like Ethereum, MakerDAO, Polkadot, Filecoin, etc. So as a crypto evangelist, I also founded a key group in 2016. And right now, we have two projects running. MyKey is the world's largest smart wallet right now in terms of user base. And we also run a crypto community called BIHU. It is right now the largest crypto community in China. And since last year, I have been an active stablecoin advocate. And within MyKey, we strive to provide the best user experience on stablecoin. So that's about me.
Great. One follow-up question. What stablecoins are supported in MyKey?
Oh, almost all of the stablecoin, DAI, USDT, USDC, TUSD, etc. All the ERC20 ones, and as well as the USDT on Tron. We are about to support that in this month.
Awesome. Thank you, Gulu, for the introduction. Next, we have Feng Lu, Block.Tech co-founder and chief content officer of Chain News. Say hi, Feng.
Hi, hello everyone. I'm Feng from Chain News. Chain News is a leading crypto media outlet in China. We produce Chinese news, deep features about crypto. Previously, I was editor-in-chief of Bloomberg Business Week Chinese edition. We established Chain News in 2017. We focus on serious crypto investors, blockchain developers, and people who really understand blockchain technology. Yeah, that's me.
Awesome. Thank you for being here. Next, we have Mindao. He's the founder of dForce.
Hi, guys. Yeah, this is Mindao. Actually, I joined crypto since 2013. At the time, was mainly do a lot of Bitcoin tradings, arbitrage and tradings. I invested in Ethereum ICO and then subsequently a number of other ICOs. But at the time, I was still with Standard Chartered Private Equity and also Hashkey Capital. So my background is from traditional finance, primarily in private equity, principal investment and distressed investment. And then I founded Block.Power Capital back in second half of 2017. Mainly, we engage in high frequency tradings, prop strategy tradings in crypto. And also we have proof of stake validation services. And now one of the top validators in Cosmos and Tezos. And then I founded dForce in 2019. This is a DeFi matrix network where we primarily work on stablecoins and also lending protocols. We have, I think probably people know that we have a Lend of Me protocol, which is similar to Compound. We support a number of other. I think that we have the most stablecoin support within DeFi, and also we support a number of other ERC, BTC ERC tokens. And now we're actually working on a hybrid lending model. It's more like a DeFi combined with a CeFi sort of a lending model, and it's going to be launched by end of the month. So very glad to be here today to share some of my observations in the markets, and also you know, have more sort of sharings from Zach from the Western markets.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that, and thanks for being here. Next, we have Kevin Pan, founder and CEO of Poolin.
Hi everyone, I'm Kevin. I got involved in this cryptocurrency about 8 years ago. I was an engineer, algorithm anti-spam engineer. After I saw Bitcoin, I got very excited and started to do a lot of startup stuffs. We bought the FryCat chips to build our own mining rigs. We have built some money from about 3 years ago. I started to build the Poolin. Poolin is multi-coins, one of the world largest mining pool. And recently we started to provide services like loan, some sort of financial structure product. And yeah, the loan service we work with Zach, Block.Fi. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, Kevin. And maybe about a month ago now, we announced a partnership between Poolen and Blockfi to help connect from a capital markets perspective some of the funds in the U.S. with some of the financial services that you're launching at Poolen. So thank you so much for being here, and we're excited to see that partnership continue to grow. Next, we have Chao Deng. Chao is the managing director of Hashkey Capital.
Hi everyone, this is Chao. I'm with Hashkey Capital. Hashkey Capital is a blockchain investor incorporated in Hong Kong in 2018. But previously, we've been in a space for quite a long time, since 2014 and 2015. We currently run two funds, one focusing more on equity investments, the other more on token investments. Over the past 6 years, we have been actively investing in most of the major areas of the blockchain space. In total, we have invested around 200 projects globally and deployed around $200 million US. Personally, like many of you, I was from a traditional finance background. I started my career with one of the top 5 mutual funds in mainland China. And in 2011, I joined Wanxiang's financial holding group. I've been working with this group under multiple subsidiaries for the past 11 years. Now I'm taking care of both Wanxiang and Hashkey ecosystems investment businesses. It's a great pleasure to be here.
Yeah, thanks for coming in. Full disclosure, everybody, Hashkey is an investor in BlockFi. So we have a relationship with Chao and the team at Hashkey as well, which we're very excited about. So this question actually wasn't on the script, but I was thinking, since we have so many smart folks here, maybe just talk, if anybody wants to talk a little bit about cryptocurrency adoption in China from retail and institutional investors in general, and what the current sentiment is, or any major trends that you're seeing in terms of adoption. I know in the US market, one of the things that's been happening since COVID started and the markets started ingesting the COVID news is that the public equity markets here, people trading stocks, has gotten a lot more interesting because the markets have been very volatile, and the cryptocurrency market has been a little bit less volatile. So maybe some of the attention has been diverted. Are you seeing the same thing in China? And I know actually this morning, we're recording this on July 6th. the stock market in China did very well today. So I'm not sure if you're experiencing a similar thing, or you know, in general, what types of folks are engaging with the ecosystem, and what trends are you seeing? And maybe we'll start with you, Gulu, since you have a you know, a wallet for consumers that is one of the largest adopted wallets.
Yeah. So I talk about adoption of stablecoin.
Mm-hmm.
In trading, I don't see much change happening here, but in the stablecoin adoption, I do see wide adoption outside of the crypto space. So a few days ago, I just paid a membership on internet with the USDT, and they are a very small group of company, and right now they use they just manually accept stablecoin as a payment because they are a privacy-centric service. So I was worried about linking my identity to that service. So I choose to use USDT instead of my credit card. So I see many merchants start to accept stablecoin as a payment method, despite of the lack of infrastructure. And I paid like $1 of gas fee on that transaction. So with the smart wallet usage, we see a trend that people can easily come into this space and start to receive stablecoin without first buying Ether for gas, and that's a major improvement for outside average user adoption. And we see every week we see about 200 million increase in stablecoin market cap, and that has been a trend for the last a few weeks, a few months actually. And I am very optimistic about the stablecoin being one of the killer app of a blockchain. And we see, and we also want to see stablecoin deploy on layer 2 like ZK rollups. And I personally want to see stablecoin transacting on layer 2 with little to no gas fee and very good experience. And we see many Chinese people are adopting stablecoin usage. And also there's a market in Russia, in Moscow, that many Chinese merchants use USDT as a payment method for international trading, you know, traditional merchants.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. I think stablecoins has been one of the things that we've been very bullish on at BlockFi for a long time. It's one of the fastest growing segments of the cryptocurrency market. I think at the end of last year, the stablecoin market cap was around $2.5 to $3 billion. Today, it's well over $10 billion. So it's growing incredibly quickly. And part of what we believe at BlockFi is that the more people who use stablecoins on platforms where stablecoins and cryptocurrencies are supported, you will get money closer to being able to buy Bitcoin and Ether and other crypto assets. And that's a very positive catalyst for the ecosystem. Feng, is there anything that you would add as someone who's operating one of the largest publications covering this sector in cryptocurrency in terms of what you're seeing or current trends related to adoption?
Okay, I want to share some high-level observations. When we talk about blockchain or talk about crypto here in China, I mean, several years ago, in the past, we talked about miners, we talk about exchanges and crypto traders. Yes, money comes and money goes. Smart money always chases high yield investment opportunities. The most important trend I can see is that, yes, Chinese people might be good at mining and trading, but now we can see more and more developers or builders are emerging here in China. I think they are the real force, the driving force for mass adoption. We in China, we have so many new business leaders in crypto space. So today we have several leaders here. They are launching new wallet products. They are launching next generation public chains, new DeFi protocols, and trustable crypto financial services, and more cool dApps. I think it is very good sign. Even for those overseas crypto projects, they come to China to recruit developers. They are trying their best to onboard validators. I can see the ecosystem in China is more and more comprehensive and sustainable. That is my observation.
That's great. Thank you for sharing that. And Mindao is one of the founders who I'm sure has a big team. I'm curious how large the team that you have now is. But maybe talk a little bit about what's driving development on your end and what you're seeing in terms of your users, and maybe talk a little bit about that combination of DeFi and CeFi that you mentioned in your introduction, and what led you to come to the conclusion that that's an area that you should be developing your project.
Yeah, actually, I have I happen to have two businesses actually. On the CeFi side, we also do a lot of OTC tradings. We're trading in and out of stablecoin quite often. And from my perspective, actually, I think they're very, very different kind of landscapes for retail and institutions. For example, like 2013 to 2015, on the retail side, people are mainly speculating on Bitcoin, Ether. And after the 2017 ICO, I think the market actually is still in a very, very bearish mode compared with the 2017 sort of hype for the retail space. And actually, you look at the retail on over the past 1 year, I think people are mainly engaged in Bitcoin futures, perpetuals, and you can see a lot of exchange offering those kind of products. So it's becoming very, very speculative from the retail perspective. So in terms of adoptions, I think the retail side, the adoption is mainly on more financial derivative built on top of trading Bitcoins and Ether, etc. But on the institution side, it's quite interesting because when you look at 2013 to 2016, mainly the OTC and arbitrage, we say that the crypto is mainly a liquidity shadow sort of conduit between onshore and offshore, right? We do a lot of stablecoin to fiat arbitrage. So it's mainly a liquidity conduit between China and the offshore markets. And in 2013 to 2016, people mainly just use Bitcoin. The OTC market, the fiat to crypto is mainly carried out in stablecoin. But I think the landscape and the paradigm shift change since 2019 and aggressively expanding in the first half of the year. So now, actually, stablecoin, I echo with Gulu that stablecoin account for more than 80% of the liquidity of the fiat to crypto volume, particularly. So I think from an institution perspective, I think it's less on the speculative trading side. It's more on the fiat to crypto sort of liquidity shadow banking. And also we see a lot of demand actually not come from miners, but more from the trading side. People are leveraging up using different instruments and very sophisticated instruments. Yeah, so that's my perspective from both the retail institution. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Feng, you mentioned mining. Obviously, it's a huge topic of conversation, and I want to chat with Kevin a little bit about the impact of the halving. So pretty recently, there was a halving for Bitcoin. The amount of new Bitcoins being released every block declined by half. In the past, this has been a bullish indicator for price, maybe not immediately, but within a 3 to 6 month window, generally a bull market starts. But there can be some challenges for cryptocurrency miners in terms of adjusting to the new block reward schedule. So Kevin, talk to us a little bit about the impact that you've seen at Poolin from the halving.
After the halving, I think the number one factor to the impact to the miners is their profit drop more than 60%. Their income just having, and the electricity cost is still the same. So a lot of old machines, they are forced to shut down as well, because the Bitcoin cannot cover the electricity cost at all. But after June, the flash season comes. Miners are moving their facilities, rigs from the fossil fuel power station to hydropower plant, especially in Sichuan and Yunnan province, which is saving them approximately 30% electricity cost. Flash season means cheap electricity. So fast season is a very important factor for some old rigs, which can turn on again. Especially almost all miners love flat season. However, if the Bitcoin price still keep the same, like around 9,000 USD, pretty much after October, the flash season will gone. So the miners need to move their rigs from Sichuan and Yunnan to Xinjiang and the Nemong province, use coal, burn coal to make electricity. And I think by then, lots of machines will forced to shut down again, maybe 20%. It's a disaster by then if the price still keep the same.
So it sounds like in order for the mining industry to continue thriving, it would be nice to have the price of Bitcoin increase. If that doesn't happen, or maybe just regardless of what happens, do you see a trend of consolidation in the Bitcoin mining community within China, where some of the larger market participants are becoming stronger and stronger, and some of the smaller participants are getting squeezed out? Or are you still seeing a lot of new entrants to the market who are creating new businesses around cryptocurrency mining?
Of course, indeed, a lot of new investors coming in, but this year, especially last year, new investors in mining, they lost a lot. So the mining industry in China right now become more and more centralized, and scale them up. In the other words, there will be more and more institutional big players rather than small and retail miners in the space. For example, in the last 1 year, the new mining farm built up is about 10 times bigger than the old days. It's much bigger. Even some big mining farm can be hold about 3 to 5% hash power at one place. in China, another good thing is regulatory compliance. For example, Sichuan province encourages hydropower Bitcoin mining. The government love these miners move to Sichuan in flat season so they can consume these wasted water electricity. With legal compliance support, we might see more and more big investors, especially some company, big investors. They can legally do the mining business in China. So I think it's a good thing for Chinese investors. But on the other hand, is the mining is becoming more and more centralized.
Makes sense, and there's lots of analogies and parallels that can be drawn with Bitcoin mining to other industrial production, whether it's of commodities or agriculture. And in so many of those industries, you see consolidation over time, and some of the biggest market players owning more and more of the market as things develop. Let's switch over to financing and capital markets. Chao, what are some of the trends that you're seeing, or some of the key areas that you're investing in at Hashkey?
Yeah, I would like to share some of our observation of the market trends in terms of financing. Hashkey Capital in the bigger Hashkey and Wanxiang ecosystem has been focusing majorly on three border areas. One is the tech layer, including layer 1 and layer 2. Secondly, on the application layer. Thirdly, in crypto finance. We're seeing a lot of interesting and exciting developments in all of those areas. The bigger trend I'm saying is that, as some of the panelists have mentioned, that the market is, or the ecosystem is becoming more and more diversified and enriched in terms of all the technical innovations, market real world adoptions, and crypto market developments. We are seeing more and more professionals with a strong traditional professional backgrounds joining in the market, from internet giants. Like now I'm here in Hangzhou, a lot of ex-Alibaba employees there. They're getting into the blockchain space. In Beijing, in Shanghai, a lot of traditional financial professionals are joining in the investing space in the area. Those smart people, more and more smart people are getting in. And another side is the investors. You see bigger VCs are getting in with big names. Traditional internet investors are getting in. Some of the corporate VCs are also getting more and more interested in the space. So from an investment perspective, a larger scale of investment funds are getting interested into the space. But given the current situation after or in amidst the COVID-19 pandemic, in the early days, we see some projects were experiencing or facing difficulties in financing. They have to either lower their valuations or their targeted like fund rate size of a funding. But the crypto space is adapting faster than we expected. Now some projects are swiftly adapting to the pandemic situation. They're switching to remote working model. and they're switching their financing strategies, expanding the prospective investor from not just crypto VCs, but to more traditional VCs. We're seeing some traditional VCs, especially those with some government supports, are getting into the space. I know at least 3 or 4 fund of funds with the government support are either setting up their own blockchain funds or are starting to explore the market by investing in 1 or 2 blockchain projects in a space. So in general, I see the market is recovering from the COVID-19 pandemic, and we're like here in most part of China, we're getting back to normal. The market sentiment is picking up again. I'm expecting a lot of interesting projects, a lot of professional talents, and more investors getting into the space soon.
Yeah, that's great. And we've seen a lot of similar trends in terms of fundraising rounds and also the quality of institutional investors that are starting to look at making investments in the cryptocurrency space here in the US. I want to talk about something that I don't know very much about, but that I think touches a lot of the different aspects of the conversation that we've had so far. It touches payments, it touches stablecoin adoption, it touches financing, and I think there might be not a lot of good information in the US market about what's happening in this area. So the digital currency electronic payment system and the creation of a central bank digital currency where it seems like China might be a market leader. What is going on there? Is it happening? Do we think something will be coming out soon? And do we think that whatever comes out will be good for the cryptocurrency sector or bad for the cryptocurrency sector? Do we think that if something comes out, it will have an impact on how a lot of folks are transacting in China today, which my understanding is it's primarily on WeChat or Alipay. Educate us a little bit, and I won't even call on a specific person. Anybody who wants to start can start, but I'm really curious to learn more about this. Kevin, I see. Maybe do you want to say anything, or Mindao?
Actually I have a test account, so I can use this SIP. Yeah, the digital Chinese yuan in my cell phone. But I tried the offline payment pay, but it doesn't work at all. So it looks like it looks like just like Alipay or PayPal. It's use the centralized service database. In general, I think it's a good thing for the cryptocurrency. We can use, we can buy and sell Bitcoin more easily. It can provide more liquidity to the community. It's another, just like stablecoin, it's just another type of Chinese yuan. It can independently run on internet without the banks. I think it's a good thing.
Yes, I think if it was not COVID-19, I think probably the DCEP will be launching already. I would expect that it probably will be launched within this year. So, but I think the mission or the vision of DCEP is quite different than the cryptocurrency we're talking today. I think the central government already has several clarifications regarding what they're trying to do. And actually, I have a conversation with the project lead of DSAP back late last year. I think that the main purpose of DSAP is actually trying to replace cache, and maybe they could expand to M1 and M2, but I think at current stage it's mainly to replace M0. And of course, with all the embedded sort of identity or tracing capability.
We lost him.
I think we lost Mindao. Chao, do you have
quite a different animal? And I think from a demand perspective, I would expect that Alipay or WeChat Pay is already doing much of the work of this national digital currency. So I'm not really thinking that people will be chasing this. I think people are chasing stablecoin is because stablecoin is dominated in US dollar, and they want US dollar exposure instead of a stablecoin exposure. So I think still it will not create a lot of competition. I think that's the plan, to actually interacting with the public blockchain. So there was a lot of, for example, DeFi applications probably is able to be ported over to the permission network built on top or around this app. I think this is a very good thing. And also I think it's very good for China's RMB internationalization, because you can as of today, if you actually want to do RMB stablecoin, it's very difficult. You have to open a onshore or offshore account. Onshore is basically impossible to open a bank account for RMB stablecoin. So most people will actually trying to open an offshore account, but it's still very difficult. So if the service is possible to connect with the public blockchain, I think it's extremely easy to actually just use the service as a collateral to mint a RMB stablecoin running on as an ERC20 token. And it could be a permissionless and open network RMB stablecoin. So I think broadly speaking, definitely very.
Mindao's network is not good.
Yeah. I can move to the next question. I don't want to interrupt him. Yeah, Chao, please.
Yeah, if I may, one point to Mindao's comments is that from a broader perspective is that I don't think it makes much sense to discuss if DCEP, DSAP is a strict project that strictly built on top of blockchain technology or not. I will leave that to the technical experts to discuss. What I have, my interpretation of the DCEP is that it sends a very clear message to the general public that the regulators or the government are very open to new technology, and they try to encourage the adoption of this new technology, and bring this up to a national strategy level. That sends a very clear message to the market. And secondly, I see at a practical level, this opens the door for a lot of blockchain participants or blockchain entrepreneurs to develop their projects under a very clear climate, regulatory climate here in China. I still remember in 2015 when we tried to incorporate a company with the keywords blockchain in the company name, and I was rejected. The explanation is that we have never done a company name with a blockchain in it before, and after that, for several years, blockchain is a taboo from a government perspective. We were not it's not appropriate to discuss this in a public, but with this advocation from very high level, and the local governments or other government agents feel very comfortable to work with the blockchain companies, which are creating real applications on top of blockchain technology. But still, what the message from the central government is very clear, that what they're advocating is the application or adoption of the blockchain technology. They're not encouraging crypto trading per se. So that's one more point I would like to add to Mindao.
Yeah, thank you for that, Chao. So I want to shift gears a little bit and talk about a recent announcement that Kevin and Poolin had, which is that they are you recently launched I think a new product or a new set of products and services with the Block.in wallet, Kevin. Could you talk a little bit about what this Block.in wallet is and what you're bringing to the market there, and if you think that this type of thing where financial services infrastructure is being offered by mining pools is something that we'll continue to see more of?
Thanks, Doc. Mining pool is kind of a natural bridge or traffic entrance for the miners. So a mining pool with their customers in like some sort of a small community. As mining pool, we can try to expand our services, offering miners swaps, crypto-backed loans, mining machine-backed loans, OTC, and some other service. So our goal is to try to provide one-stop services for the customers. Yeah. Yes.
That's great, and we're getting close to running out of time, and I know it's early in the morning for me, but it's late in the evening for all of you. So I want to say thank you one more time for joining. This has been awesome, and I'm sure very educational for folks who are watching. And to wrap up, I just want to go again in maybe the same order that we started with. And if you want to mention anywhere that somebody can find you on social media or WeChat or your company's website. And if you have any closing thoughts, feel free to say those as well. Gulu, I'll start with you.
So you can reach me on MyKey.org, and my email address is gulu@mykey.org. And we have been advocating stablecoin adoption in the APEC region, and I firmly believe that stablecoin and these in the future central bank coins will be one of the killer apps in the blockchain space.
Thank you, Gulu. And Feng.
Yeah, it's easy to find us at chainnews.com. You know, Chain News is a portal for crypto news. I think most of crypto guys here in China read us. Yeah, it's very easy. chainnews.com.
Thank you. Mindao. Oh, hopefully you're connected a little better. Go ahead.
Yeah. I think you guys can follow me on Twitter. I'm more active on Twitter. So just Mindao Yang, and also you can follow up on the dForce network. We have a lot of DeFi protocols offering over the next 2 months. So I'm very glad to be here today as well. Thank you.
Thanks. And Kevin, I actually see your Twitter handle on the screen. Is it bit_Kevin?
And you can see Poolin on any Bitcoin blockchain explorer. We are on the #1 or #2 position of the mining pool. We're everywhere.
Yeah, congrats on that, by the way. I think after the first time we met each other, you went from #2 to #1. So maybe it's a little bit of good luck. I don't know.
Yeah, thanks.
And Chao, we'll wrap it up with you.
Thank you, Zach, for having me. It's been a great pleasure. Everybody's welcome to reach me at either my email, dc@hashkey.capital, or through our official website, hashkey.com. Thank you again.
Yeah, and thank you all for coming. One of the coolest things about the cryptocurrency sector is that it's a global ecosystem. And we're going to be making a lot of efforts at BlockFi, and I'm sure at a lot of your companies, you'll have these efforts as well. But being able to transact and communicate and educate globally in a way that simply isn't possible in a lot of other industries. So I want to thank you all again for coming on the show. Thank you everybody for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and we're out. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
thank you. Bye. Have a nice day.